Hey there, Dan Delgado back again with another unwanted review. And this time around, we're going to take a look at the new Steve Jobs movie. No, not you. Go away. Okay, that's a lot better. Yes, the movie that's actually called Steve Jobs. That's what we're talking about here. Now, this movie stars Michael Fassbender as Jobs, and as you can see here, he doesn't really look like Steve Jobs, and I don't know how much of an effort he put into resembling Steve Jobs, but honestly, it's a little beside the point. Fassbender is a fantastic actor, and he looks enough like him. Now, what's interesting about this movie, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not keen on the biopic. I understand, I appreciate, but there's something about biopics that give you from the beginning of where they want to begin and then to the end, and then we're going to recreate the high notes of that person's life throughout. There's something about that feels a little predictable and is not it's not very exciting. However, what Steve Jobs does, which is very clever, is that it gives you three different product launches in his career. What I presume the movie believes to be the most important ones, perhaps. So you're getting Jobs at three different points instead of when he's hanging out in the garage with Steve Wozniak building Apple, instead of when he's getting the boot from Apple, when he's getting back into Apple, and then when he's presenting the iPhone to the world. You're not going to get any of that. Instead, what you get is Steve Jobs at a theater in three different points of his life. So we begin in 1984, where he's about to present the Macintosh, and that's where you meet Jobs, who is most definitely a bit of an egomaniac, a very conceited fella, pretty arrogant guy. But there's definitely something about him. And circling around him is the same group of characters that you're going to see at the next two product launches. The next one is in 1988 for the next computer, and the last one is in 1998 for the iMac. And taking Jobs and putting him in this format, putting it in an incredibly structured three-act format, there's something about it. The movie crackles, and it has a feel of cinematic beauty to it. And maybe I'm overstating it here, but I like this movie a lot. It's one of my favorites of the year. And I've got to tell you, I am somebody that when I first found out that director Danny Boyle gave us things like Trainspotting and Slumdog Millionaire, and Michael Fassbender was going to be doing a Steve Jobs movie, my initial reaction was, let's not do that. Let's do something else. You guys only have so many movies that you're going to make in your lifetime. Let's not have one be some standard biopic on Steve Jobs, because quite honestly, I'm not that interested. Now, I wasn't that interested until I saw the trailer, and I kind of had a feel of what we're going for. Now, circling all three acts also is Kate Winslet. She plays his assistant, and quite honestly, for most of the movie, I gotta say, I didn't realize that's Kate Winslet. I mean, come on, you gotta give me a pass on this one. That doesn't really look like Kate Winslet. I mean, look, that's her in the first act, by the way. Throughout the movie, then it's like, oh, wait a minute, that, of course, that's who that is. You have Seth Rogen shows up as Steve Wozniak. He does a fine job, as does everybody else. But really, it's Fassbender's show, and he pretty much owns the entire movie. There's a lot about him and his daughter and their relationship, and honestly, the movie's not doing well at the box office right now. It's just not. And I know why. At least I think I know why. And that's because enough of you people have said, I don't want to see a movie about Steve Jobs. I don't care how good it is. But I just want you to know, it's really that good. Okay, so I may have stumbled a little bit while giving you that review of Steve Jobs, but you get the idea. It's a really great movie, and it's really worth your time. Also really great and worth your time are these reviews. So do me a favor and subscribe and like, and if you know someone, tell them about it, and then tell them to tell other people, and eventually there's going to be this big chain, and it's going to be a chain of excitement and wonderfulness, and then I'll come by and I will give you a big fat kiss on the lips. It is too bad, though, that Fassbender doesn't really resemble him. If only there was somebody in Hollywood who did look like Steve Jobs a lot. I don't know. I mean, who would that be?